Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda.
All right, good evening, folks. How you going? So, a lot of sport on the weekend, guys. That's what it's going to be. A lot of semi-finals, a lot of things like that kicking off. Great time, big crowds, have conversations, guys. All right, that's number one. Let's utilize what we've got in front of us, guys. Every chance we get, every bit that we get, we need to that's it. We just need to take advantage of it, guys. All right, because old Airbus Albo, he's taking advantage. He's heading off to the States again to rub shoulders with the late great fake Joe Biden. So I think Modi's over there as two. I think there's four of them meeting over there, guys. Just another pissing competition, but on your expense. So let's have a little bit of a look at what is going around the place now. We do, if you remember back, guys, we had a Attorney General denies Supreme Court action is a bid to gag doctorate ramping up a death inquest. Remember, I said to you, we had a lady who wanted to talk about South Australian hospitals and ambulances and the time that they were waiting. Well, he's denying that the Supreme Court action is a bid to gag the doctor at ramping deaths. So they've had an inquest into it, guys, and, they just move the goalposts, guys. It's what they do. They're good at it. They got a whole team there, and, when the goalpost needs to be moved, they moved it. Just to let you know again that we better name him, guys. Wait, I'll go down here and just get his name. We got to expose these wankers. So Patrick Brady, that's Patrick with a C. Brady, Lou Southport, old Southport again, guys. All right, we talked about the cops up there. Magistrates Court, after being charged with more, not a or some, but more child sex offences, right? And he's a school principal, guys. All right, accused of using encrypted apps to groom children in the Philippines for sex, has been hit with further charges. So obviously spends his holiday time that he gets off you good people. How many weeks a year as a school teacher, but whatever, if he's spending it in the Philippines playing with young kids, guys. Allegedly. All right. So Zali Stegel, I loved you when you skied for us, darling. I loved you jumping for us, but you are an absolute idiot. I'm sorry to say. And you need to go and get yourself educated. So if we can just track down Zali Stegel, guys, maybe find an email, send her off a couple of links to the show, and just tell her to get over this climate change crap. You know, it's just bullshit. You know, people like Zali Stegel, we need to let her know, because a lot of people love her. Me too, at one stage. As I said, you know, couldn't have had a better skier, you know, like she done freestyle. Actually, she was off the jumps. Yeah, she was bloody brilliant, man. Anyway, she needs educating, guys. So that's our job. So we need to get to Zali and get her educated. All right. Could soaring young cancers be caused by the common childhood bug? Again, guys, they're going, you know, just putting out more crap out there about why we've got cancer. We all know why the cancer's around. Okay, and I thought this was hilarious. According to the WHO, they've put out foods to avoid for your health. Well, how ironic that, eh? The WHO giving you, right, advice on what food to eat. And guys, they're the problem behind absolutely everything. Indigenous leader Jeff Clark found guilty of stealing how much? Only $920K, guys. Nearly $1 million. All right. What for? He took it from Aboriginal organisations to pay his personal legal fees and his house expenses. So, I'm just letting you know what's going on out there. We won't even cover her. We'll go back to StreamYard. Why have I got two in here? I haven't now. We got that. Righto. How are you, Cazza? Do you want to come in? So the other thing, and we'll just go on with the ongoing saga, guys, because, it was would have been little Jesse's birthday today, 23rd birthday. We're going to close the show with a bit of a thing for Jess. But so me and Mel obviously went out and saw Mum and had some time with Mum and a coffee. So my mum wanted me to really see a room. And as it was, Mel actually got in there in the morning because things just went our way. And there was a break in the traffic. Mum had forgot her hearing aids. And Mel made it up the corridor into Mum's room to actually get some photos to show me what the room looked like. And anyway, got back out of there with Mum's hearing aids. We went and had a coffee, had a beautiful time sitting down, having a chat. And then Mum had to get returned to the room, and she was starting to get herself upset because I hadn't seen her room. So then we get round to reception to say, Mum's going to go back in now. And they're looking at us as if to go, well, we're not opening the door while you're there. And the door opened. So took the advantage of walking in and I said, and then the receptionist come running for me because I hadn't had a rat test, guys, all right, and they know who I am. And anyway, Mum's starting to get herself upset, and she's leaning on the Zimmer frame, and she's got her head down, and she's crying. She's going, son, I just want you to look at my room. So obviously the 92-year-old woman that's in tears, who is my mum, gets the better judgment from me, and off we go up the corridor to check out Mum's room. So then I've got a case number 29732, which I'd been given a couple of hours previous to have a chat with a lady called Christy with a K. And Christy decides that while I'm in Mum's room, she'll enter the room. And I was quite nice about it, give Mum a kiss goodbye, told her I'd see her soon. Didn't let her know that there was a bit of chaos about to erupt. And as me and Christy were entered the hallway to exit the ward, and she wasn't in a very good mood, old Christy. I said to her, well, I'm supposed to be having a meeting with you, Christy, so let's go have it right now outside. So we went outside, and obviously I don't hold any punches, guys, so I let her know about the remdesivir. I let her know about, the ventilation masks and no feeding tubes. And I let her know about victimising my mum with more rat tests just because I won't adhere to their rat tests. And I asked, did everyone get a rat test when they come back from the bus excursion that Mum was on the other day? Just like they're trying to pin me on. And more or less told her, I didn't get to the rape one, but I should have got to the rape one, about raping us, guys. That's what it is. They want to put a foreign object in an orifice of your body, right, against your will. That is rape. So it's attempted rape on me and my wife to actually enter the premises to visit my mother. So again, guys, I've been told that the next time I go back there, the police will be rung. So I don't know. I don't know whether I just draw trouble or what goes on, but there you go. I got to see my mum's room. She was tickled pink, and I'm sorry, but my upset 91-year-old mother is going to win over the top of some Nazi. And I told them they were little Nazis too, guys. That really got the steam out the ears. I don't like that Nazi word because they see the guilt in their own actions. So anyway, there's a rundown, guys. Now I'm next time I turn up there, I'll probably be visited by the cops. So anyway, that's your friendly aged care prison that is surrounding your suburbs, guys. That's what it's all about. Control, prison environment. So anyway, there's my day's outing once again, guys. The cabal loves me. All right, Cazza, let's go.
All right, well, we got heaps of news. First of all, let's kick it off with Communist Victoria. Check this out.
But a new road safety camera being trialled in Melbourne's outer east is, well, quite the opposite. Locals are not only confused by this bulky arrival, but also wondering why it's been placed in a bike lane. Isabel Quinlan reports.
It's the new roadside distraction which has left drivers scratching their heads.
I didn't know what it was, that's why I've come back to have a look. I was a little bit surprised actually seeing that there. That's why I just stopped to see exactly what it was.
This peculiar device is actually an autonomous road safety camera, which can be used for everything from speed detection to number plate recognition.
A bit out of touch and out of place.
As to who put it there in the first place, several agencies from Vic Roads to the police were puzzled by its arrival. Late today, 9 News confirmed private operator Serco commissioned the trial. Either way, locals aren't happy with the trailer blocking the bike lane.
You've either got to go around onto the road, 70 k's an hour cars, or hop onto the footpath, which you've got to walk or break the law, basically.
Sitting in the bike lane, really? Like, what are they thinking?
In a bizarre turn of events, 2 Vic road workers have just arrived. They're now putting safety bollards as well as signs around the trailer, with it now being deemed as a hazard as it's required.
Oh, for goodness sakes. All right.
We're here and they're also bulletproof. Yeah, don't worry about it, Caz.
Yeah.
They're also bulletproof, guys. And, I mean, I don't know how old. Someone just said how old this. I don't think it's that old, but it may be. But the point is, this is just total control. And who gets to do it? Good old Serco, number one on the cabal's list.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Gates Foundation, this is not my work too, by the way.
They got your volume again, Caz. I was just letting you know.
Oh, bloody hell. All right, guys, have a look at this. No hands, okay?
There it goes.
All right.
It just went.
Told you, no hands. It's still moving down. All right, so hang on, I'm going to have to fight them on this. All right, so on the what's interesting about that is, now this is not my work, this is the White Rabbits, and the Gates Foundation actually acquired an initial stake of more than 600,000 Serco shares in 2014. So there you go.
Oh yeah, we all know who Serco is. I got members of my family work for him, to tell you the truth. But they're not awake, and they're willing to line up and get another jab for Serco's sake. So. It's a wicked world out there, guys.
All right, so guys, look, we've got heaps of stuff going on. Punters politics. Let's hit it with that.
Please, we're running out of gas. Damn those renewables. Oh, Santos, that sounds horrible. We're going to need some subsidies. Whoa, hang on. Who's running out of gas? Oh, we're running out of gas to sell to you. What do you mean? We're the world's largest gas exporter. How are we running out? No, sorry. What I meant was we're running out of gas to sell to you, the domestic Australian market. All right, how much do you need? Well, hang on. They do this every year. Last year, they overestimated gas consumption by 54%. Didn't carry the one. Oh. Seriously? 80% of the gas we produce is exported. If we run out of gas, I'm pretty sure we can just take a little bit from what they're exporting. And cost us our hard-earned profits? Hard-earned? You made billions just because Russia invaded Ukraine. That's called profiteering. You aren't grateful after all we've done for you. What? All you do for us? Gas prices in Australia are 400% higher than in the United States. You're fleecing us our own gas. Oh, here we go. Clearly overreacting. Okay, let me get this straight. You want Aussie taxpayers to subsidise you to dig more of our gas, pay us next to nothing in royalties for it, so you can export 80% of it and sell a fraction of it back to us at extortionate prices. All while you make record profits and pay bugger all tax. See? Drama queen. So can you help us?
Oh, it's just
It's
so true.
outrageous. Everyone in
Getting to-
Australia should be off their rocks about that, mate, about just giving away our gas like that. You know, it's insane.
And look, the thing is, too, if you look at Norway, they export, this is by compounding capital, they said Norway exports $100 billion in commodities a year with 5 million people. Australia exports $450 billion per year with 28 million people. Norway has a $2.5 trillion wealth fund, which is 500K per citizen. Australia has a 250 billion sovereign wealth fund, which has 9K per citizen. You are being ripped off, guys. Absolutely.
Yep, it's an absolute nightmare. All right, Humphrey, you hit it there, mate. A nightmare. Every time you open your eyes, it's another part of the nightmare.
Yeah, that's right. And look, what's interesting about it is even in the mainstream media, you've got this just resign, power price surge of 43%. So, and they should resign. We should try and get the whole lot of them to damn well resign because they damn well need to. They're so. Wait till we get onto the misinformation and disinformation bill. But before we get there, let's put this up. So, look, the tribunal from yesterday was brought forward for for Dr. David Murphy, and he's in Concord Hospital mental unit with no visitors allowed. Thanks to the support crowd today, we were able to get a 15-minute visit by only 2 of his friends. The reason that the nurses state why he is locked up is because of Mental Health Act. But when questioned, they cannot state exactly what section of the law applies to David. David tells me that he is locked up under the claim of delusion regarding a large amount of money he says he's entitled to. All right, so thanks for those people who turned up there. And, well done. All right.
This is what they done. As I said last night, they done it to Peter Little. You know, they're going to do it to a lot more people, guys, you know, and that's what I was talking about last week about, you know, getting picked off one by one. Or we stand together and we don't get picked off.
That's it. We are in the Americans' revolution, the Revolutionary War. They said we either hang together or we all hang separately. Make your choice. Yeah. It's like, yeah, that's it.
They hung together and won.
Exactly. Immigration Watch, they've put this together now. This is something that we haven't actually thought of, like when we were in lockdown. He's done the stats on that.
When the international students went home, that was the one time that people like us had a rental decrease and a wage increase. And I get messages like this all the time on Migration Watch. People saying, during COVID, things were looking good. Obviously, that didn't last. Albert came in, the job summit kicked off. We brought in hundreds of thousands of people. We grew our population by 2.5% in 1 year, literally 737,000 in 1 year. Obscene numbers. And we were just back to square one. We were back to low wages. Wages are now at 2009 levels, last time I checked. We're back at ridiculous rents. Rents are now 50% of people's incomes in the cities and things like that, rather than what they should be, which is 25%. Busy roads, the list goes on and on. It's, look, I'm not looking for the good old days of COVID to come back, right? But I just do wish that we would look at policies when it comes to international students, which put Australians first. We should be putting Australians before universities.
All right. So, look, here's the thing is that students are of benefit. Foreign students are always of benefit. It's a great way. Okay. But here's the issue. And so are migrants. In ancient China, actually throughout ancient history, what they would do is they would compete for people because people were a resource, and so they would strengthen their state by actually having good governance. And a rising tide raises all ships. So what would happen is a really good ruler in one of the kingdoms would basically be very fair. He would offer really good, he would try to recruit all of the brains trust from the surrounding kingdoms, and plus all of the really good labor and all of the smart people. And so he would actually have really good policies. So people would flock into that kingdom. Okay. And then what would happen, because of that, what would actually happen is what happens is people in other countries, if you've got standards that people have to apply in order to get into a country, it raises the standard of that country, of that foreign country. Okay, because what happens is they go, okay, well, if I get this mark, or if I do this, or if I become a doctor, then I can immigrate to another country into better conditions. Okay, this is not what's happening here. The weaponization of the migrants is the low class, and basically what they're trying to do, and the globalists say this in their own writings, is they're going to collapse the third world into the first world, into the West, and try and collapse the whole lot, take the whole lot down. That's what's going on here. It's not that immigration is not good. Immigration is brilliant, but the way that it's being done is weaponized against us. So I just had to have that little rant there, Dave.
And don't forget that 85%, right, of our Chinese students are from CCCP families. Okay, and that's what they do, guys. They bring them out here, and they got one little thing that they have to do. Okay, this is how it works. We've had the info. All right, that's so right. Just don't forget that. Our universities are full of students that are here for a reason, guys, and it's not your benefit.
And it doesn't matter. So it doesn't even matter, because what happens, even if they're not CCP members, what happens is the CCP gets a hold of them, and they say, if they're working for somewhere, and they say, you need to give us this information. The person might be Western loyal. They might, and very often they are, but they've got their parents back there, and you cannot have their, imagine the shame. Chinese people are very loyal to their parents. And so, they threaten their locking their parents up in jail. So this is the kind of stuff that's going on. So it's all being weaponized against us. But anyway, look, let's hit the misinformation and disinformation bill. Okay.
The internet. I think that's what it is. It's not a misinformation bill. It is the censoring of the internet. The legislation itself, that's my trick to go and read it up, hill down, dale. I want to know what the definition of misinformation is. I want to know who is going to be policing that, how it works, how the complaint system works. What say you about what they're planning to do? What have you read?
It is honestly unbelievable. I mean, the first time they tried to put this bill forward, it received tens of thousands of submissions from concerned public members who just want to have an opinion. There was backlash against this from the whole spectrum of politics. Everyone from your civil liberties councils to your law council to the Human Rights Commission, even, everyone was against it.
Us, the ABC.
It's crazy. Yeah. We've probably never seen something so unifying for the whole of politics in Australia as our opposition to this bill. So they've tried to rework it now, but the fundamental flaws are still there. Most foundationally, they have not been able to get around the core issue, which is how on earth do you define misinformation?
Correct.
Who is going to be the arbiter of what is true and false? They have no answer. They're trying to shift it from ACMA and to the social media companies. The social media companies don't want to be the ones deciding that.
Correct.
On Meta's website, they say, we as a private company do not want to decide what is and isn't true. That's why they have independent third-party fact checkers, like the RMIT Fact Lab, that hasn't published a single thing since Sky News exposed that it was biased against The Voice in August of last year. So this is just absolutely riddled with issues, but the fundamental problem that no legislation will ever be able to overcome is who decides what is the truth.
Yeah,
government. The government do.
That's right. It'll be the Karen and that sort of stuff. Now, look, guys, this is actually it is really horrendous. Okay, so now one of the things that that says is that including to the efficacy of preventative health measures. Not only that, imminent harm to the Australian economy, including harm to the public confidence in banking systems or financial markets. Now, just hang on to that thought for a moment, because what's actually happened in the meantime is Elon came out with this, and he just basically said, called the Australian government fascists, which sent the Treasurer into a bit of a flurry, and he responded with this.
This is about sovereignty. The Australian government, like every other democratic country in the world, asserts its rights to make laws to keep Australians safe. And this is not about free speech. How can anyone, in the name of free speech, defend criminals publishing misleading content online, which is leading Australians to lose billions of dollars?
Now, Elon called them fascists, okay? So there's the little treasurer coming out. Oh, he's keeping us safe. He's keeping us safe. We don't actually need him to keep us safe, okay? But here's the thing is that textbook fascism definition is when the corporate and the government merge. Or the line says it there and says imminent harm to the Australian economy, including harm to the public confidence in the banking or financial markets. That is fascism.
Yep.
Elon is completely 100% correct. Now, Rad has the handle Rad, she has weighed into it. She writes a lot of really good stuff. She says, wake up, the so-called misinformation bill is about curbing fake news. It's a deep dive into the controlling the narrative straight from the playbook of the globalist agenda, like those pushed by the World Economic Forum. And here's why we should be alarmed. Goes on to cite these things: censorship disguised as protection, the web connection, the leftist overreach, tech giants' concerns, the real agenda. So look, here is that, and this is exactly what we need. We need people like that putting out this kind of stuff. There's a need for it when you've got this kind of ridiculous.
And there's the total communism, fascism right there on the screen, guys. My gas usage was down 17%, but it cost me over $200 more.
How?
Okay, so that's cheap. We don't know what period of time that's over, but yeah, obviously, guys.
3 months. 3 months is
3 months.
Every 3 months.
There you go, 17% down, $200 up. And your government loves you.
To death.
That's it. Look, here's the MP. He's from Western Australia, and he's actually basically saying the same thing as us.
Talk for very long. I don't really like to talk too much, but I just wanted to tell you guys that you guys are the smart ones. You guys are the smart ones who are actually realising what is going on. I've only been in the parliament for like 18 months up on the hill, and it's a complete shit show up there. Basically, the government in Western Australia and federally, obviously Labor governments, they are taking away your rights every time they pass legislation at the moment. It really is that bad. I used to be in the Labor Party, and I'm embarrassed that I helped to get this mob elected, but I haven't been in the Labor Party since I've been in the Parliament. I've been either an independent or One Nation. So what I want to say to you is we need to get a message out to the people that aren't here. I mean, sadly, I am preaching to the converted because you guys are smart enough to see that the government is taking your rights away from you, and they're doing that by lying to you, okay? So it's an easy thing to say, and I suppose it sounds like a conspiracy, but the facts are there, the evidence is there. I can give you the evidence from the time that I've been in Parliament. So when I first, was in Parliament, that was just after COVID, I suppose. But, I mean, if you're honest, and this is where my journey sort of started in, I didn't, obviously, when I was in the Labor Party, really see the lies that were being told. But the number one lie that it all started with for me was the lie that the vaccines were safe and effective. I mean, just think about, and I spoke in Parliament about this a couple of weeks ago when the Police Commissioner was there. Just think about what they've done with Ben Falconer and Lance French and the other policemen that they sacked 2 years after the mandates had finished. They stood them down. We paid for them. The taxpayer paid for those guys to be stood down, and then they were sacked even when the mandates weren't there anymore 2 years later. I mean, how is that? How does that make any sense? And hang on 1 second, just circle back a second. What was one of the vaccines that they were told they would have to take if they were going to, otherwise they were going to lose their jobs? So AstraZeneca, which has been removed. So how can that even happen?
Yeah, he goes on. Look, all of these clips will be available up on the website. Now, it's not just him, though, Dave. Look at this. Yeah. So you've got the September 12th, 2024 press conference from Japan. Okay, so this is today, guys. This is today. And we've got a whole country now that is basically a cooker. Japan's now officially cooker, okay? Because it says regarding the COVID-19 vaccine, Professor Emeritus Seiji Kajimi of the Nagoya University said the perception of that poison, to what extent is it present? So this time I will talk about it. I didn't tell everyone about it, but I'll speak up now regarding the poison. It was massacre. Okay, he's talking about, he says it's a massacre. And we know that it's a massacre because of the excess death rates that no one seems to be talking about.
Well, I tell you what, it's not a massacre in 18 months in the Western Australian Parliament. That's the paddock that guy's rocking around in. I mean, seriously. No, I'm serious. This is, mate, start looking after your health, people. Because I tell you what, if you're like that, you haven't, and look, I'm not having a dig at the bloke, but yeah, what a paddock he's been feeding on at taxpayers' expense, guys. And I'd be calling, probably another Mason there. That's just my thoughts, you know what I mean? It's, we're just infiltrated, guys. They come out saying the right things, but we always find out that, Anyway, yeah, mate, hop out of that paddock at the taxpayers' expense. That's what we'd like to see you get. We'll pay for your gym. We'll pay for your gym membership instead of paying for your meals on taxpayers' expenses.
All right, so you've got this situation where this woman has cemented herself outside of as a protest. Female activist arrested by Victoria Police after cementing herself to the car in a third day of protest against the defence weapons. Now, we've actually had word from somebody who works there and said that it's basically all a setup. It's to keep our eyes on this and justify the disinformation bill, misinformation bill, etc., etc., etc. Interesting.
And I'm not fat shaming anyone who ever put that comment up. I just see all these politicians, mate. All they do is sit around eating meals at your expense, and they all grow 40 pounds a year while they're in there, except a few, like Rennie. Have a look at Pappy. You just have a look what happens to these people when they get into Parliament, guys, and they start eating on the good hoof. And they all do it, all right, or most of them do it, okay? And look how they explode. So I'm not having a go at anyone. I'm just telling you what happens. They get in there, they're cushy shit. They get their little, their money to go out and get all their meal allowances, and they dine and they drink wine and all at your expense. And what else do they do? They fix absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, yeah. Anyway.
All right, so we're at 1:30. So we'll just bring on Beck's flyers. This is what's going on this
If you're near one of these locations, we encourage you to get down there and show your support. First up, we've got Mondays at Maggie's. Mondays from 11 a.m, Macquarie Street, Sydney at the Governor's House. Also, every morning at 10 a.m, meet at the National Rock Gardens in Canberra for the Governors again. Every Saturday, Little Burley Markets, Forest of the Fallen, Canberra, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday, Daily Prayer Space with Melissa. The details for that one are on the flyer. Saturday the 14th of September in Morisset Lion Park, we've got a Forest of the Fallen, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Also Sunday 15th of September, Central Coast Budgewoi near the bridge, 9 a.m. till 2 p.m. Volunteers need to help set up, please. On Saturday the 14th of September, come and join us. The next meeting will be at the Southwest Women's Health Information Centre, PHA, which is the People's Health Alliance in Bunbury. Meeting will commence at 10. On Sunday the 15th of September, set up from 10 a.m, Mornington, Forest of the Fallen, that's down in Victoria. On the 18th of September at the Tingalpa Hotel, dinner at 6 p.m, sorry for my pronunciation. Music by Zach Kelly. It's a Smiley Face Fatigues book release by Brady Gunn. On Monday the 16th of September at 8:30 p.m, I'll be doing a Beyond the Deceptions episode with the suspended Dr. William Bay. It'll be good to get an update with what's going on with APRA and find out what we can do to help. On September 21st from midday in Kinglake, West Victoria, Forest for the People rally. Save public use of public land and stop the Great Forest National Park. Also on Saturday, 21st of September, is Matt Lawson speaking at the Carisbrook Senior Citizens Hall, starting at 2 p.m. On Monday, 23rd of September at 7 p.m. sharp till 9 p.m. at My Place in Frankston, Time to Rise with Craig Cole. Now, this one is a while away, but just wanted to give you all a heads up. 2nd of November in Canberra, there's people starting to plan a convoy to head down and support the Canberra crew down there that have been at the Governor's for 1,000 days on the 2nd of November.
Mammoth
Alright,
effort.
thanks.
Mammoth effort from the guys in Canberra, man. That is insane.
Absolutely.
Think about it, guys.
Like,
1,000 days. 1,000 days. Some of these people have been down there non-stop, like Corey. All right. It's just incredible, man. Absolutely incredible.
That's right. All right. So the memes, the memes are going hard and fast, but also all over social media. And I didn't bring them in because I can't stomach them myself. Is the migrants capturing geese and capturing, like, even I can handle geese, but like the thing is that kittens and oh my God, it's just horrendous. So anyway, look, the memes are coming hard and fast at the moment. So here you've got this picture of Snoop Dogg, and him saying, due to recent events, I must cancel my show in Springfield, Ohio. And you've got cats with Fanta and Coca-Cola stickers wrapped around them. Cats having to wear camouflage in Springfield, Ohio. So
we got a good sense of humour out there with some people, haven't we?
Yeah, that's it. We do. Now, actually, gosh, look, we might just go a bit over. We've got this situation where there's 20 months in prison for a Facebook post.
Glad you got this on,
I don't want my tax money going to immigrants. So 20 months in jail for that, plus they're emptying the jail. And don't forget the Rotham migrants that raped two. Now, that I don't know if anyone read the story of those assaults, but one of them was horrendous. Okay, he got a nail gun. He nail gunned her tongue to the table. Okay, so she couldn't escape. It was absolutely horrendous. Now, these are young girls. Yeah, very young girls. Okay, and they haven't even been, a lot of them haven't even been jailed. So this is a situation that you've got going on in the UK. In fact, I'd say that what's actually really happening is the UK is being colonised by Islam. There's no other way of putting it.
Yep.
All right, however, there's lots of good news. Yeah. Oh, actually, I wanted to play these two. Look, this is Dr. Ardis.
Well, FDA of the United States just authorized January 21st, 2022, that the only authorized drug to be used in all newborns and pediatric age patients in America, in hospitals or outside of hospitals, who PCR test positive for COVID. The only drug they're allowed to pump into the veins of these newborns and children in America is remdesivir.
In 22.
Kill lives.
Yeah,
I said
that was in
2020,
22.
remdesivir will result with at least 30% deaths of everyone who receives that drug in a hospital for 5 to 10 days.
But so this is what, we're only just getting it into Australian kids now, Caz. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's coming through here. But it's been used over there, obviously, you know, for a fact. I'll tell you what, they didn't like it when I brought up the run death is near or the remdesivir with the lady today. You know, they do not like it at all, guys. When they understand that you know what you're talking about, they crap themselves. They do not like it. So they can't handle the truth. So, yeah, that's what we got to keep spitting out at them. But, yeah, unbelievable.
Now, I really want to bring this in. This is T-Man, and he's talking about the financial thing, but it relates to a prophecy of Kim Clement.
Live on Twitter Spaces at 8 p.m. this September 16th for the launch of World Liberty Financial. We're embracing the future with crypto and leaving the slow and outdated big banks behind.
Beginning in September, I will turn everything around, and my people shall see an intervention of a kind that they have never seen before, says the Lord.
So now I thought that was really interesting because, he's just with the correlation between the two. So we're actually halfway through September. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next couple of weeks.
A lot.
Everything, a lot
lot.
happens. A lot happens every day. Anyway, so look, we'll just leave it there as far as the news goes. We've got heaps of other stuff, but anyway, look, let's just leave it there. And Dave, I'll let you wrap up, and I'll go and get our tribute ready.
Well, yeah, it's look, as I say, guys, the end of another week. You know, before you know it, the weekend's over. We hit Monday night. We're doing Thursday night, and then we're bang. It's Friday night again. So, have you made the best of your week? You know, we've done Jake out of his brochures and that at the moment. So we've done a flip over to the Whistleblower newspaper guys. Right. I hope they've seen an up rate in orders. As I say, 10 years get together is $12.50. All right. To go and get 50 of those papers and get them out strategic places and get the conversation going, guys. So again, this weekend, get out wherever you can. All right. Again, there's sporting events on, guys. Get out, get the conversation going, get talking. All right. For anyone who, who doesn't know, you know, I'm into a bit of a product at the moment, guys. I'm not a salesman, but I've certainly got a belief in what we're doing with that product. And if anyone would like to get themselves healthy, clean up their household, all right, and actually make a good start on getting yourself back into balance so your body can heal, send me an email tonight and come in the morning at 10 o'clock and have a look at what's on offer, guys. Just a better way to get your money out of the cabal, get yourself healthy, all right, and be a major player in taking down the beast, guys. So we'll leave it there. Everyone have a great weekend, all right? If you're doing nothing, love to see you at 10 a.m. in the morning. Give me an email. I can tell you how to do that on the Zoom link. And if not, I just want you to get out there, guys, get into the community and get the talk going. People want to know what's happening, all right? I had another great conversation with my mate from Wild One today down here. And, Wild One drinks. Remember them when you're around, guys, all right? You see Wild One, it's a good drink and it's worth buying. But, yeah, we had some really good conversation again today. But people out there are starting to come too, guys. They're looking for the answers. Let's go and give it to them on the weekend. Okay, good night, people.
Happy birthday, Jess.
Happy birthday, little Jessie. Here's your outro.
Without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. Why'd you have to leave so soon? Why'd you have to go? Why'd you have to leave me when I needed you the most? 'Cause I don't really know how to tell you without feeling much worse. I know you're in a better place, but it's always gonna hurt. Carry on. Give me all the strength I need to carry on. It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. Why'd you have to leave so soon? Why'd you have to go? Why'd you have to leave me when I needed you the most? 'Cause I don't really know how to tell you without feeling much worse. I know you're in a better place, but it's always gonna hurt. Carry on. Give me all the strength I need to carry on. without you, my friend. And I'll tell you